Welcome back to the deep dive. We're digging into a topic today that is, let's just say it's universally relevant and maybe a little bit stressful for
A
homeowners.
little bit, yeah. The big one
Exactly. How do you sell your house fast, get the most profit, and, do it all without starting some massive six-figure renovation project?
is the ultimate optimization challenge, right? You want to get
It,
across that finish line as quickly as possible.
yeah.
And the central insight, the thing all our source material really hammers home, is that you just don't need these huge budget-breaking projects to win.
I love hearing that. So we're not talking about gut jobs. We're talking about smart, targeted improvements, the things that really move the needle.
That's it. This deep dive is all about that. We're focusing on 5 strategic, really affordable updates that make a huge psychological and financial difference to buyers.
Okay, let's unpack this. Where do we start?
We start before anyone even steps out of the car.
So first up is curb appeal.
Yeah.
And our sources are, they're adamant about this. The buyer's real first showing isn't online.
No, not at all. It's when they pull up to the curb. That's the moment, that first visual impression.
Yeah.
It sets the whole narrative for the house.
It's purely psychological, isn't it?
Completely. If the outside looks a little tired, a little messy, the buyer is already thinking, what did they skip on the inside?
Right. It puts them on the defensive.
Exactly. But a clean, cared-for exterior, that just signals this home has been maintained. It's move-in ready.
So we're not hiring a landscape architect. What are the high impact but low cost things people can actually do?
Precision maintenance, that's the term. So start with the lawn. It needs to be cut, edged, watered. If you have patchy spots, reseed them. A healthy green lawn is. It's just the best signal of a cared-for home.
And the garden beds?
Get in there, pull the weeds, trim back any overgrown shrubs that are maybe hiding in the windows, and then lay down a fresh layer of mulch.
Mulch is like magic. It just makes everything look clean and professional instantly.
It really does. But the fastest visual win, power washing.
Oh, yeah.
Hitting the siding, the walkways, the driveway, getting all that dirt and mildew off can make the house look years newer. It's a minimal expense for a huge return.
And what about the little details, the things that show up in photos?
Super important. A fresh coat of paint on the front door,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a nice inviting color, update the house numbers so they look modern, and a new welcome mat.
Little things that show you cared.
Exactly. It's pride of ownership. If the first 2 photos a buyer sees are a sharp exterior and a clean front door, they're already excited to see what's inside.
Okay, so you've hooked them from the street, they walk in, and where do they usually go first? The kitchen.
The heart of the home. And this is a major decision point. An outdated kitchen makes buyers start subtracting thousands from their offer in their head.
Instantly. So the goal here isn't a total gut job, it's modernization.
Right. And the highest value move, if the cabinets are solid but just dated, is a professional paint job. A crisp white or a soft neutral.
It just brightens up the whole space.
It achieves that modern look buyers want for, a fraction of the cost of replacing everything.
Okay, but hold on. Professional cabinet painting can be kind of expensive, can it? Does the source material say anything about DIYing it?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And yes, it's a critical distinction. You can do it yourself.
Right.
But the ROI just plummets if the quality is bad. If you have drips or uneven coverage or it starts to chip, you've actually hurt the value.
Right. A bad paint job is worse than no paint job at all.
You got it. So that professional finish is what really supports a higher asking price. But something anyone can do is the hardware.
Oh, for sure. An easy win.
Swapping old knobs for modern pulls. It's probably the smallest expense with the biggest visual impact. It's like jewelry for the cabinets.
And countertops, if they're really worn out.
The sources suggest affordable replacements, like butcher block or even a high-quality laminate,
Why those?
because they give you that clean, modern look without breaking the bank.
Yeah.
Butcher block especially adds this warm, kind of high-end feel for a minimal cost.
And that avoids the buyer thinking, ugh, another project.
Exactly. And the final touch, a clean, simple backsplash. Subway tile is perfect.
Yeah.
It pulls the whole room together, and it looks fantastic in photos.
Okay, from the kitchen, let's move on to the bathrooms. Buyers want a space that feels like a clean little retreat, not another renovation project.
Yeah, nobody wants to see a project in the bathroom.
Yeah.
The focus here is on simple updates, no major plumbing.
So what's the biggest bang for your buck here?
The vanity. If
Okay.
you can, replace an old one with a clean, contemporary unit. But if that's not in the budget,
Right.
then paint the existing one and, this is crucial, change the faucet. A new, stylish faucet just elevates the whole feel of the room.
And I know you're going to say it, Grout and caulk.
It is absolutely essential. It might be tedious work, but re-grouting or re-caulking around the tub and shower makes the tile look almost new.
It gets rid of all that discoloration.
Exactly. It signals that you've been meticulous about cleanliness, which is, I mean, it's everything in a bathroom.
Okay, what about the finishing touches to get that spa-like feel?
Upgrade the mirror. You can either frame the basic one you have or replace it altogether. And then light fixtures. Get something modern and bright. You want the room to feel flattering and clean, not like a cave.
All right, number 4. This might be the one with the highest return on investment of all. Paint.
It almost always is. Our sources confirm it. A fresh coat of paint is it's an incredible ROI. Scuffed walls or, someone's very specific color choices.
Yeah, that bold accent wall.
It just makes a home feel tired and smaller.
So we're talking neutrals.
We are. It's about creating a clean backdrop that appeals to the absolute widest group of buyers. The sources are pretty specific on the palette. Light grays, soft beiges, and that warm off-white greige.
Now, that's interesting. You're saying warm neutrals over like a stark, cool gray. Why the shift?
Well, the market has definitely shifted. While cool gray was dominant for a while, these warmer tones, they just make a space feel bigger, brighter, and frankly more welcoming.
It lets the buyer picture their own stuff in the space.
Exactly. You're giving them a clean canvas. And back to our earlier point, this is another place where hiring professionals really pays off.
Because of the clean lines and the prep work.
The clean lines, the even coverage, the trim, the ceilings, it all adds up to that move-in ready look. It tells a buyer, you don't have to lift a paintbrush, and people will pay a premium for that.
Okay, our 5th and final update, and it's one I think a lot of people overlook. Lighting.
So often overlooked, but it completely changes the feel of a room. Poor lighting makes rooms feel small and dark. Good lighting makes a home feel warm and expensive.
So what are the actionable steps here?
First, replace any dated fixtures, those old chandeliers or ceiling fans. Swap them for something simple and modern. Second, and this is key, be consistent. Use the same bright, energy-efficient LED bulbs everywhere.
And you have to pay attention to the color of the light, right?
That's sure. Oh, absolutely. You want to avoid that harsh bluish light. You're aiming for something in the 3000K to 4000K range. It's a natural, warm white light. When it's consistent through the whole house, it feels cohesive and high quality.
I also love the idea of adding under-cabinet lighting in the kitchen.
Yes. It's functional, but it also shows off those new countertops and that backsplash you just put in.
And dimmer switches.
A great little upgrade.
Right.
Putting them in living rooms or bedrooms lets a buyer imagine different moods for the space. It suggests flexibility. Good lighting just makes a home feel better, even if the buyer can't quite put their finger on why.
This has been so helpful. So just to recap, the 5 big areas are curb appeal, the kitchen, the bathroom, that fresh coat of neutral paint, and finally, lighting.
And none of them are overwhelming projects. They're all focused, data-driven investments that directly address what buyers are looking for.
It's all about targeting the highest ROI improvements to avoid that unnecessary spending and time on the market.
Exactly. You're helping the property shine online and in person, which supports a stronger asking price and a quicker sale.
Which brings up a final thought, really. How much does that perception of move-in ready actually matter to a buyer today?
And I think it matters more than ever. All these small changes, the new hardwares, the clean caulk, the consistent lighting, they had this huge, disproportionate effect.
It convinces the buyer they don't have a to-do list waiting for them.
The psychological impact of having 0 immediate projects is probably your most valuable asset as a seller. That's why focusing on these 5 areas is just the smartest path to a fast, successful sale.
If you have any questions about this episode or are thinking about buying or selling a house anywhere on Boston's South Shore from South Bay to Sagamore, give Jim Aldred a call. He would love to help you. Thanks for listening and see you next time on the Pink Door Podcast.